I'm now being joined by Dushyant Dave, a senior advocate who joins me on the show. Mr. Dave, many thanks for joining me, sir. Does this show the higher judiciary in poor light? Not just reports of recovery of quote unquote large amount of cash, but the action taken by the collegium so far, or the lack of it? Is it too little and too opaque?
Well, I must say that this case really has raised very serious issues about the happenings in the judiciary. But this is, as I have said, earlier, that it is a tip of an iceberg, and there are very serious, issues challenging the judiciary on account of various kinds of, interference, financial interference, political interference, ideological interference, which is deflecting justice in more than one way. And therefore, as a result of that, a lot of people are suffering. They are getting, they are not getting justice. Injustice is being done to them. And this case, of course, reflects a very, very, I would say, sorry state of affairs in the judiciary. Although some of us, and especially me, I have raised this again and again in my letters to various chief justices in the past, citing specific instances of, judges who have really conducted themselves very badly and given more than suspicion about their judgments and about their judicial conduct. But no action, no reaction came, no action was taken. This case is now, it is impossible for Justice Verma to explain how this cash was found in his house. Okay. And if it was any other public servant or a politician, then of course he would have been picked up immediately, and Prevention of Corruption Act would have been pressed into service.
So let me then take it up from what you've said. The incident, we are told, took place on the 14th. It's come to light only now. So is there merit in Vice President Jagdeep Dhankad and Chairman Rajya Sabha saying it bothers him that the incident did not come to light immediately? And perhaps a systematic response which is transparent, accountable and effective, he feels he's sure is on the way. So is there merit that the current system is neither transparent nor accountable and effective?
See, not only non-transparent, but it is completely ineffective. Over a long period of time, when, senior members of the bar like me, who have no eggs to grind, point out to the judges that there are specific instances of wrongdoing, and Chief Justice after Chief Justice doesn't act, it really hurts, because we love institution. We want institution to improve. We want so that it can give real justice to people who are seeking justice. So, this instance is also not going to bring any kind of a final solution to the problem which is seriously ailing. It's a cancer which has set into judicial system.
Oh my
and
God. Very strong words, sir.
Gaurav, you meet people all over. I meet people on golf courses, in weddings, in restaurants, on plane. They are constantly complaining that they have suffered injustice because of corrupt judges. Now, what do you do about it? Whom do you talk to? If the collegium doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to meet, it remains in isolated, ivory tower. God knows what they discuss amongst themselves. If they don't want to discuss openly, if they don't want to meet people who really can tell them honestly and boldly as to what is really affecting the system, what's the point? So this is going to be one more incident where I think a decent burial will be given to the incident.
Sir, that would be very, very unfortunate. But are you saying that the faith of the masses, the faith of the common masses in judiciary may, God forbid, be adversely impacted? What needs to be done in your appreciation, sir?
Gaurav, unlike Western countries, this country does not have surveys about many things, including, what is happening in judiciary or government. If surveys were taken by independent agencies, I can assure you that judiciary will fail very poorly. People have really, lost faith in judicial system. It's not just inefficiency and, long delays, but it is also this corruption which is affecting, common man very badly. Time and again, people are, saying that things are really not honky-dory in judiciary and there is nobody to listen to. So I don't think really we can, unless we have a system where these kind of grievances are brought to the notice of the judges. If the judges are willing to listen and meet people, they want to understand, because you see what has happened is these collegiums are appointing these judges.
Yes.
All these judges today who are facing challenges across the country, and I can tell you there are a large number of them. Majority of judges are honest. Unfortunately, it is this strong minority which is giving a bad name to judiciary. But they are very effective, they are very vocal, and they are very authoritative. And they are the ones who really take up these important cases of involving rich and powerful people, politicians, and others. And
Then
they decide those
who should
cases.
then appoint the judges? Should the government appoint judges? When there was talk of a appointment of a judicial commission, a national appointments commission for judiciary, that was struck down. What needs to be done? How do you appoint judges with unimpeachable integrity, and how do you ensure that somebody is keeping an eye on everybody in a very transparent manner?
I have no faith in the collegium system, and I have made no bones about it. I appeared and argued before that bench which upheld the NJSC, and I told them openly in open court. I must tell you, I used very strong words as president of the bar, arguing before that constitution bench, that you wear burqas and walk in corridor of any court in this country and you will know what your goodwill and reputation is. So, I know what is happening. I love the institution. I respect it. But yet I have to say that there is nobody who's willing to raise the voice. We lawyers are responsible. Judges are not doing this on their own. Lawyers are party to it, many lawyers. Lawyers, knowing full well that judges have been fixed by their clients, appear day in and day out. And that includes, successful lawyers, very successful lawyers. The registry is corrupt. Even in Supreme Court, I can assure you, today, of course, things have changed under Chief Justice Khanna. But till the other day, the registry was horribly planned. And I know, as a matter of fact, that some advocates on record in Supreme Court can manipulate registry to the advantage of their clients. And monies were being exchanged. I know that.
How can the system be made transparent and accountable? In this current instance, for example, instead of a transfer, is there a system of suspension, for example, or leave pending investigation, so that there's a transparent, time-bound investigation and action taken? And would that require a change of law, or are existing laws in your view sufficient, sir?
Now, if the collegium is serious, and this is a good collegium, they are honest judges, if they are serious, they should really withdraw judicial work from him by an order of the court, a judicial order, and they should allow CBI to prosecute him forthwith.
CBI should be allowed to prosecute him. So register an FIR and prosecute.
Yes, absolutely. There is no other way. You can't send a message to these kind of horrible judges across the country unless you start acting against them. See, problem is that judges always want to protect their own. We have seen in Chief Justice Gogoi's case, when he was facing...
So for the moment, if you permit, I'll stay on this case. I'll tell you why. I have to throw this open to a bigger panel, but I don't want to lose you, and I want to get your thoughts on what the Chief Justice has done in the instant case, for example. Isn't the CJI-led collegium doing the right thing by asking the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court to ascertain all facts, then take a considered decision on the basis of facts that are known to them, sir?
See, it is one way of doing it, but I feel that every public servant or who is found with this kind of unaccounted cash. We saw in that West Bengal minister's case where large number of cash was found from his house and his girlfriend's house. We saw all that, and and he was arrested, and he appears to be still in jail, or maybe he was bailed out. I don't know. But if every public servant faces this kind of scrutiny forthwith, why should judges not face? In the garb of independence of judiciary, you cannot allow judges to, enjoy corruption. And that's what is happening. So
that's a very strong point you're making, sir. Go on. Please complete your point, sir.
Answer is, instead of, executive taking over, the collegium should itself go into this case in less than 24 hours. If they are satisfied that there is no explanation forthcoming about this unaccounted cash, they should immediately order prosecution by CBI. They should declare. So that's the only way to move forward. Otherwise, I mean, everything will be hidden and people will forget these cases in the past. We saw that Punjab case where cash was found in the residence of outside the judge or something. Somebody was delivering. And I know of other cases.
And there are multiple other cases. It just ends up becoming statistics. We talk about it a couple of days and then it's all consigned, to the bin of history. Mr. Dave, for joining me here on India Today, as always, many thanks, sir.